before I go, do you really want to know how the story ends?
You'll really tell me?
Really, really, I feel bad for you.
You're not screwing with me? You really will tell me?
Yes, I will.
Promise?
Promise.
Okay, tell me then, please.
But you're gonna have to wait till the next game. Toodles, bitch!
Well, she is right about the Master Sword thing.
The game's kind of like mine. Want to hear about it?
Who the hell are you?
I'm the guy from that, that really hard game, the whole, praise the sun, that you died, that game?
I don't know anything about Praise the Sun, and why are you here?
Well, I was walking by and I heard some commotion, so I let myself in.
That's called trespassing.
And you don't trespass. I got it, don't worry.
Don't answer the door. And let yourself out while you're at it.
There's two scary looking guys out here.
Just tell them I died in a terrible accident.
Too late, they already all came in.
What the hell? How did you guys get in here so fast?
I'm back. Did you miss me?
Oh, not you, you horny bastard. And where's my lube you stole?
Well, that's all gone. Ha ha!
Who's this guy?
Just your friendly neighborhood lady slayer. Touchy subject, I know.
Why are you guys here? And this isn't a frat house for you to brag about all your sexual conquests.
Well, our red-headed bitch of a sister decided she wanted to rip my nuts off, so we're hiding here.
I was told there's gonna be some hot demon babes.
She was literally here not 5 minutes ago. And no, there are no hot demon babes. Also, what's with the Squid Game mask?
My normal one's at the dry cleaners.
You can't dry clean metal. You know what? It doesn't even matter. All of you, get the hell out of my house.
Or I could tell you my story. War's in it, I know how much you like him.
I don't like War. I just wanted to know what happened to him. But that was 3 games ago and I've lost interest, and clearly he's fine.
Okay, let's begin.
We all know that one person who has an identity crisis every week and is constantly changing styles and trying to discover themselves. Maybe it's a friend or a family member, or maybe it's even you. One day they decide to go emo. The next day you find out that they joined a biker gang. And then they decided they wanted to be a hippie for a while. Way to go, Evan. Keep trying to find yourself. That is the Darksiders series, always changing from game to game. The first game is a Zelda hack and slash clone. The second game has more RPG elements. The third game wanted to be made by From Software, and the fourth, once again they tried new ideas, and honestly this change was the biggest. Darksiders Genesis decided to go from a third-person point of view to a top-down isometric approach, which is way different, and yet it still feels like it should be in the Darksiders series. Made by Airship Syndicate, which consists of some devs from Vigil Games who made the first 2 Darksiders games. Darksiders Genesis. It introduces us to the fourth and final horseman, Strife. And War also makes a return, which is pretty cool and something longtime fans of the Darksiders series will appreciate. Which begs the big question, when in the timeline does this one take place? Darksiders Genesis, drumroll please, is a prequel to the entire series! Yay!
Oh, damn it!
You can play as both War and Strife, but both characters play very differently. War is a powerhouse and plays a lot like he did back in the original Darksiders, which feels good and turns this into a more hack and slash. Strife has 2 pistols that when played as him, the game becomes a twin-stick shooter. Strife is lighter, more agile, and an all-around blast to play, pun intended. Strife has different weapon shots for you to use, from a laser beam to a multi-shot that drops health to a charge shot. My favorite and most useful in my opinion was the electric shot that goes through multiple enemies, requiring the least amount of effort in the aiming department. Ammo isn't unlimited either, so you have to collect these purple boxes as you go, replenishing your ammo. You also build up this hot bar as you hit enemies, which allows you to use a special ability that varies depending on what shot you have equipped. War has different abilities that help slaughter enemies with his giant Chaos Eater sword. Also, the Demon Bar reprises its role, and it's pretty badass to use on bigger enemies and hordes. Wrath abilities are back as well, allowing both characters to perform different moves, from clones to sword spikes. Most of these abilities, however, you have to find throughout the game, which means you can miss them, and of course, me being the god tier explorer that I am, I didn't miss any. Except one, so yeah, you can go through the entire game without them, but they are fun to use and very helpful. You have to find a map in each dungeon, which are pretty out in the open and hard to miss. The maps show you all the collectibles in the area, making it easier for you to find all of your precious items. The map overall was good, but I wish it had a directional arrow pointing which way my character was facing, as well as rotate. It's disorienting at times, because I'll move in a direction relative to where my character is, but on the map I'm moving in an entirely different direction. A direction arrow would have helped extremely, or just rotating the map. Sometimes I would walk down, but on the map it was sideways. Now, this didn't always come up, but when it did, I wasn't a fan. Both characters have different items to help solve puzzles and progress through the game, so you will find yourself constantly switching back and forth between the both. I played as Strife much more in this than I did War, which is probably because I already played as War in a previous game and wanted to play as Strife. But I also felt it was just more fun shooting through waves of enemies than slicing my way through them. They added challenges that you can complete by doing specific objectives and collecting specific items. These challenges were super addicting, and the rewards you get for completing them are a pretty nice bonus. There are lots of collectibles that help level up your character and serve a purpose. You can find health upgrades, wrath upgrades, armor upgrades, keys that open trickster doors full of loot, souls, which are currency, as well as boatman coins that you need along with souls to buy stuff from one of the only constants in the Darksiders series, Volgrim, the shopkeeper, as well as another shopkeeper, Dis. From these shops you can purchase health potion upgrades, wrath upgrades, character upgrades, different movesets, and much more. It does, however, feel like they just threw the boatman's coins in the game at the last minute, adding another collectible. I'm not sure why I need to collect coins and souls to purchase things, but I mean whatever, it's not like it was a terrible addition. They added a monster core system that I didn't really care about for most of the game because I thought it was too complicated, but boy was I sure dumb for thinking that. Once I understood it, it was actually pretty easy to use. It made sense and is very helpful and is almost necessary for all you sadists out there that play on apocalyptic difficulty. In a nutshell, you have what looks like a skill tree. Each slot has a specific thing tied to it, like health, fighting, wrath, etc. But matching a health monster core with a health slot boosts the ability even more for your character. There's so many monster cores for you to look through and choose, finding which best matches your playstyle, so you will have to do some reading, but finding these monster cores throughout each level was actually pretty fun and addicting at times. More so just the collecting aspect for me because, like previously mentioned, I was too dumb and lazy to figure out how the system works early on, but in the end it was just all around enjoyable. Puzzles in the Darksiders series have been pretty creative at times, and also bland and boring other times. In Genesis, we get more of both, some causing you to think hard, and others requiring nothing. Some of the more fun ones had you using your portal ball that Strife has, and also at times you have to use both characters. When played through single player, you switch back and forth a lot, but this game can also be played co-op, and honestly probably should be played that way because it's more fun, I'd assume. I didn't play co-op, but there is split screen play, as well as on Steam there is remote play, so you can play with a friend even if they don't have the game. Boss fights at times were epic, and other times were super repetitive, even spouting out the same dumb voice lines.
Nephilim! Damn you, Astarte! Nephilim! Damn you, Astarte! Beware! She's channeling power! Beware! She's channeling power! She's channeling power! Damn you, Astarte! Beware! Beware! Damn you, Astarte!
The hub world was pretty basic on the surface, but once you dig in, you realize there is a lot more for the player to discover, and is pretty fun wandering around and finding all the secrets it has to offer, from secret boss fights to more boatsman coins. There is an arena mode, which is a wave mode where all the levels, except for the last, require you to kill 10 waves of enemies, slowly getting harder and harder as you go up the levels. The final one is an endless wave mode where you have to see how long you can survive. A bonus for playing this mode is the more points you earn, you can actually get rewards as well, which is a major incentive to play the arena mode. I will say in the long run it was kind of pointless having all these other levels, because in order to get all the rewards you have to end up just playing the endless horde mode anyway, so yeah. I loved the characters in Darksiders Genesis, especially Strife. The dynamic between him and War was fun to experience. Both have very different personalities. War is the more straight-laced who doesn't really get humor and follows orders. Strife is the more witty comedic character who questions leadership and even his own actions at times. The dialogue and writing were great. I enjoyed the more lightheartedness of Strife, and he has probably turned out to be my favorite of the horsemen. He acts like a child, I act like a child. He likes to make dick jokes, I like to make dick jokes.
I prefer a frontal assault. I bet you do.
I can't understand how it can be kind of jarring for some fans, seeing how the other three horsemen acted very serious most of the time, with Strife being more of a Michelangelo type, but I clicked with it. The banter between War and Strife is priceless, and even though they both fight a lot, they still have each other's backs.
I guess we've been cleansed.
It's a fun, weird relationship. The art style and graphics I thought were pretty good and fitting to the Darksider universe, as well as the comic book style cutscenes. The voice acting is great, with a lineup of names such as Liam O'Brien, Frida Wolf, Troy Baker, Keith David, and Vernon Wells. Get this, Vernon Wells played the bad guy from Power Rangers Time Force, which I used to watch as a kid all the time. The story isn't all that great with an abrupt ending, but I did enjoy seeing the character development of War and Strife and seeing their relationship grow. There are lots of these journal entries that have lots of lore that I didn't know about, like, for example, Death is the oldest of the horsemen and kinda like the leader, and War is the youngest. I like the level design too. Each dungeon is pretty unique with different ways for you to go about exploring it and progressing. And you don't really waste time getting from section to section because, yes, your horsey is back and you can summon it at any time. Except for when you can't. And some of the bigger levels actually have these teleporters, so in the end it works out. One thing that does suck if you are a completionist is in order to get all the collectibles, you do have to replay all the story bits in each mission. So it kind of slows you down, but whatever. The final thing that brings Darksiders Genesis all together is its amazing sound design and music. Fights are explosive and intense, with sound doing a good job of immersing the player into this demonic hell-infested world. And the music, oh my goodness, it is great. Darksiders Genesis is really fun and addicting at times, with plenty of things to keep you coming back for more. Secrets to discover, items to unlock, and rewards to earn. Honestly, I haven't played many games like Darksiders Genesis and wondered why I liked it so much. Well, I loved the Gauntlet dungeon crawler games, especially Dark Legacy back in the day, and that is kind of what Darksiders Genesis is. A dungeon crawler with secrets to discover, enemies to slay, and badass characters to upgrade. Obviously, this game plays way better than Dark Legacy, and has differences in many ways, but that doesn't mean it is without flaws. Darksiders Genesis isn't a polished game. Sometimes you fall through the map, or you get stuck in the walls, or you just start flying up in the air. You'll occasionally see enemies walk across gaps. I mean, there's just lots of little buggy things like that. I mean, it's nothing game-breaking, but it is annoying and sometimes pulls you out of the immersion. Darksiders Genesis may not be a polished game, but the awesome combat, the fun level design, and the addictive dungeon crawling experience makes up for it. I definitely had my doubts going into this one, so much so that I almost didn't even play it because I thought it wouldn't be worth my time. But I think I can safely say that this has been my favorite Darksiders in the series to play through. I really enjoyed this game, and I think you should play it too. You two have some weird relationship.
Although he pisses me off sometimes, he's a pretty good guy. Also, he taught me to get hella bitches.
Well, that was a nice heartfelt story. Please leave my house.
Or we can invite over the hot demon babes I was promised.
There are no hot demon babes anywhere.
Well, I'm gone. War, Peter Pan, other guy in the video, I'm finished.
Wait, Strife. If she catches you, you know we're both dead, right? Also, she might have already gone death.
Good, then she could get both of you.
If Fury was here, then you know how scary she is.
Of course I know. She punched me in the face. This blood is fresh.
So let us stay for a bit.
What will it take to get you both to leave my house?
Another bottle of lube?
And some hot demon babes.
Here's some lube, and there are two super hot, not wrinkly, witch sisters that live 2 blocks down that own a potion shop.
Thanks, Pan. You're a good friend.
You're welcome. The name's not Pan, and we're not friends. Oh, finally, some peace and quiet.
So,
Jesus!
you want to hear about my game?
If I listen, will you leave?
Not a chance.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We upload videos like this every single Friday, and it's so much fun. Also, a big shout out to our Patreon supporters. If you want to become a Patreon today and get your name at the end of all of our Friday videos like what you see on screen, feel free to click and subscribe to our Patreon, where you will also get behind the scenes, exclusive podcasts, and much more. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, keep it rad.